And coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, here on FPW Lords of the Ring for the World Tag Team titles, or just the Lord of the Ring Tag Team title, for that matter. Team Mexico, Alberto Sanchez and Lucha Estrella versus the Wrestling Dynasty's Twiggy and Drewnior. It is happening next. We're not in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, fans. I can tell you that much right now. Alright, fans. The moment that we've all been waiting for. The finals of the Lords of the Ring tournament. The annual tag team tournament to determine the very best in the business. So far, Team Mexico has proven their worth. They are now going to be competing for the FPW Tornado Tag Team titles in June against Vicious Jeremy and Titanium, known as the Specialists. And these guys coming out right now, Wrestling Dynasty, the Wrestling Dynasty in Twiggy and Drewnior. Tyson Kidd is not here tonight. There he is, fans. Twiggy, back to what he used to look like when he was part of the Wolfman with Beef Willington. You gotta be an avid independent wrestling fan to know what I'm talking about, fans. You gotta know that. You gotta know who Beef Willington is. And there's Drewnior, a die-hard wrestling fan. Those are some killer shades from Twiggy. The Wrestling Dynasty are going to be going up for the ECW World Tag Team title. So even if they don't win tonight, they still get a crack at Tag Team Gold. There it is, fans. The World Tag Team Championship. Vacant. Brand spanking new. The capacity crowd watching on. For the Tag Team Championships, Team Mexico, the Wrestling Dynasty. The bell has sounded. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. An added stipulation to the Tag Team match for the belts. Elimination style, which means you gotta pin or submit both opponents in order to win the match, in order to win the belts along the way. It's amazing because this is the only time of the year where we get to see a championship match featuring a team from the FPW brand, Fantasy Pro Wrestling, and the No Mercy division, which is hardcore wrestling, a hardcore wrestling organization. Twiggy and Drewnior. Twiggy, I'm amazed because Twiggy, we haven't seen him wrestle. Aside from this tournament, we haven't seen Twiggy wrestle since December 21st, 2020 at the Blood, Sweat, and Tears pay-per-view main event when he squared off with Jesse the Hand Beaudoin. I still haven't forgotten the fact that both of those men went through that cell. They went through hell. Literally, they both went through hell. But at the end of the day, it was Twiggy who was on top of the game. Be as it may, both men spent Christmas rehabilitating. And now Twiggy's made it this far. Where is Jesse in all of this? Possibly watching this from home. Possibly rehabilitating. Possibly focusing on a new strategy. A new outlook on life. After all, his father had been diagnosed with cancer, and now he's gone through remission. Jesse Baudouin looks phenomenal, in phenomenal shape in spite of what happened last year, in spite of all the chaos between Baudouin and Twiggy. Jesse is doing fine as far as I'm concerned. We're going to see him in in-ring competition at some point in time. Like I said, after going through all this, he must have a new outlook on life, a new outlook on professional wrestling, and more respect for his co-workers. Okay, putting a folding chair onto someone's limb and crushing it is not going to get you praises. If anything else, it's going to make you disgusted. Jesse Baudouin put that folding chair and crushed the leg of Twiggy. That's what happened. That's what happened a year ago. Did the same thing to Tom Sever, which is why that Tom is probably not the same person as he once was. He even did it to Jon Moxley, the former AEW World Champion. I mean, Jesse's done so much damage that when we see him again, we will welcome him with open arms. But he cannot do this again. He cannot do this folding chair business again. No wonder why Vicious Jeremy won't hire him to wrestle for Fantasy Pro Wrestling. No wonder why he is hardcore. Anyways, we gotta stick to what's happening right now, ladies and gentlemen, for the vacant World Tag Team titles. The Wrestling Dynasty are doing a phenomenal job right now against Team Mexico's Alberto Sanchez, who used to wrestle on No Mercy, and now is fully legit Fantasy Pro Wrestling. And he's teamed up with Lucha Estrella. Look at that, wow. Twisting, corkscrew, elbow strike. Lucha has been in this business now for a very long time. He signed in late 2008. Oh! And Drewnior now with the attitude adjustment. And look at, wow, I'm amazed. Team Mexico are fighting back. Drewnior and Twiggy were the first ever Lords of the Ring when they were gods of wrestling. Oh my goodness, history has repeated itself. The original Lords of the Ring are now a two-time Lords of the Ring. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Did I just call it? Did I just jinx Team Mexico? Look at this. Attitude adjustment. We got ourselves new World Tag Team Champions. Twiggy's returning event. He gets to come home with the World Tag Team titles. This is unprecedented, fans. This is not what I had expected. Twiggy and Drewnior celebrating with this capacity crowd watching on. Amazing, fans. This is it. Alright, fans, now we're going to check out the stats for the tag team ranking system. This is going to really help us out in the long run. There you go, fans, right there in the scoreboard. You see it for yourselves. Wrestling Dynasty went through the Lethal Enforcers, Pantalix and McDoom in the quarterfinal round. One legendary tag team after another with the Supreme Team, Sabine Nobarda and King Cairo. And now they have defeated Team Mexico or Team Mexico so that this could happen. The new champions right there, they are the World Tag Team Champions. And as far as the tag team ranking system goes, here you go right there. So, looks like Team Mexico, nothing has changed with Team Mexico. They are still number 1 for FPW. But the Supreme Team are now the top ranking team. No, excuse me, they are the number 2 ranking team. Along with the Little Enforcers, they're the 3rd ranking team. But the number 1 ranking team is the Wrestling Dynasty, and they will compete at the War of Champions in the month of June against the Fantastic Youngkins for the ECW World Tag Team titles. It's going to be awesome, fans. Super lit. Cannot wait for the month of June. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, standing by right now with our senior correspondent, Rick Rocker, before we go down to our big showcase showdown for the Universal Championship, Vicious Jeremy, acting as a special guest referee, has some words to say.